Hello and welcome. My name is Dr. Jeremy, and today in our second video in the Creating a Thesis Statement series, we're going to look at steps 1 and 2 of the tool. We're going to use content from grade 10, unit 3 on the Cold War, and our objectives: 1, breaking down and framing a question using step 1 of the Thesis Statement tool, and 2, answering a question and forming a claim using step 2 of the Thesis Statement tool. In our previous video, we went over the 6 steps of the tool, and in this video, we're going to do 1 and 2. And our question is stemming from Unit 3, Day 15, where we're looking at the factors that led to the start of the Cold War. So that's going to be our main question. What factors led to the start of the Cold War? And if we look at our tool, we're going to look at our first 2 questions. And if you wish, you may pause right now to try the steps on your own. Hopefully you were able to try this on your own. And we're going to look at step 1 first. We're going to try to frame this question. Luckily for us, we already have a question, so we don't need to create our own. But whenever I think of a question, I want to really put it in my own words, because that way I know I actually understand what I'm going to do. So the question is, what factors led to the start of the Cold War? If I was going to clarify this for myself, I would want to know, well, what was the Cold War? And then to me, this question seems to be asking, well, what are the origins of the Cold War? So I would write that down in step 1. And that's clarifying for me. It lets me know, well, this is what I need to think of when I'm going to start answering this question. And so the next step is to try to answer this question. Well, what was the Cold War and what are the origins? Well, I'm going to take a stand and say, well, there were many, but I think there were many political and economic factors that contributed to the start of the Cold War. And I think that's definitely an answer that could show why we even had the Cold War. So in steps 1 and 2, we're really setting the stage to start our answer. We're noticing, right, that while this is an answer, it's not necessarily a strong thesis. It just gives me an idea of what could have happened in the Cold War. But we're missing some things, right? We're missing the evidence that would help support what I just wrote down. So in steps 1, we work to clarify the question. In step 2, we answered it, but it just feels a little incomplete. So in our next video, we're going to actually go into steps 3 and 4, and we're going to expand on this initial answer here with evidence to hopefully make a better and stronger thesis statement. Hope this was helpful to you, and I'll see you next video.